It's about January. Oh, this is Madison Park Hospital when Andy was born. Two proud grandfathers.
They look like two gangsters walking in there.
And Grandma Essie you just saw.
With the slouch hats.
You know, look at them all dressed up.
There we come.
There I come. There I come. With two sets of grandparents. There's Andy Joe. There she is, at a week old, because we stayed in the hospital a week in those days. So that's February 27th.
We're at the Veterans Project in
Manhattan there's my
Beach.
Aunt Reba Barnett. And Andy is...
We had one room.
One room.
At first.
607 Tinkham Avenue. Or was it 602? 602 Tinkham Avenue. She was 3 weeks old here. And she was having a miserable day. She wanted to stop crying. I never did figure out why.
Did you say who that was there?
That was Grandma Beatty.
Your Aunt Reed was there?
Yeah. There's my Uncle Irving, my father's brother, Grandpa Jewel's brother, Irving Barnett and Reed Barnett. My Aunt Ree is a redhead. Yeah, look at her crying. Yeah. Oh, boy. And here she's a little older. And she was 6 weeks old there.
There goes Grandma Beatty.
That's a carriage cover that Aunt Fanny crocheted. And a pillow sham. And there's Andy out on an outing with the big coach carriages that we had. And there's Aunt Fanny. And there's me. And Grandma Beatty is out marching with her. And there's Murray Springer. Daddy's best friend who died many years ago at the age of 39. Here's Andrea Jo Hoffman. If you can find her in the carriage.
There's Murray.
Do you remember Murray at all, Bob?
Yes. We called him Uncle Murray.
Uncle Murray, right. Here Andy is 6 weeks old. Here she's 6 weeks old. This I remember. The other one she probably was about 4 or 5. But when Aunt Ree and Uncle Irving were there, she was 3 weeks old. Here's Grandma Essie giving her a bath. You think Alon resembles Sandy? I'm looking at the baby pictures now, and I get this feeling. I don't know.
He does, to a certain extent.
Bob?
I can't see the face.
Oh, you can't?
No, it's not you in the way.
It isn't clear. Oh. Those marks that Andy had from the forceps on her forehead.
Well, you had a scream when you were giving birth.
More came out of her than went in, the cereal. She's busy laughing there. Look at her. Look at that. She had a smile right from the beginning, always. But more came out. Look at her laughing away. None of you really like cereal. She's busy moving. That's what we did. We gave them food very early those days. You did what the pediatrician told you. But with your brother, I didn't feed him that early. I held him back a month. And he was the hungriest of all three of you. Look at that face. She was 2 months old here. Serious. And what am I saying to her? So I never stopped talking to the three of you. We're trying to get her to smile for the camera and she wouldn't do it. She absolutely refused. There she goes with a little smile. When we weren't taking her pictures, she smiled all the time, and the minute Daddy got the camera out, she wouldn't smile. There's Grandma Blema, your great-grandma, Daddy's grandmother.
You're taking my picture. That's what she was saying.
Bertha Hoffman. That's Bertha Hoffman.
That's the only movie I took of her.
And part of it you lost. We burnt it.
We burnt part of it.
Part of it had to be cut out.
We went to stop it. And
Andy's blowing bubbles there. She was teething already. She was starting to teeth. There's Mrs. Bloom on the right. Mrs. Bloom, what was her first name?
Sylvia.
Sylvia Bloom and Murray Bloom were, oh, there's Dickie Bloom.
That's Dickie Bloom.
Their son.
That's Murray
Bloom. They were very good friends of Grandma Essie and Grandpa Dick. They lived on West Street. Andy was about 3 months old here. This is May. I think just about May 20th also. So she was just about 3 months old.
I think this was the holiday.
This was a Hoffman
Passover.
pick. No.
It wasn't Passover?
No, it's May.
We were over at the house. That was my mother and father's apartment on Avenue T, it looked like.
No, that was West Street, Jack. We were visiting them on West Street. That was West Street because Dickie was there.
Yeah, but after that it looked like it changed.
No, I didn't think so.
Dum-da-dum-dum.
She's kicking away, moving her arms and her legs. And there she goes. Yeah, she's just about 3 months old. And this is she's all the sun on her face with that white bonnet, a yellow bonnet. She looks all washed out, right?
Yeah, it was the sun causing it.
This Daddy. Your Daddy, Barbara.
She had all light clothes on and it reflected.
And this is the Manhattan Beach Project. Looking out to the ocean. It really was pretty down there. It didn't look it, but when you looked at the ocean, it was beautiful. I used to go into the laundry room, which was right over the rocks with the waves crashing. And I never came out of the laundry room because I was fascinated. It was so beautiful looking out at the ocean.
I thought the milkman
That
was there.
Daddy went and got me a washing machine in the two-room apartment. There's Jimmy with Aunt Betty.
We were out on the ocean side of the building.
And this was either July or August of 1949. I can't remember exactly. It was July. It was July. Andy was 5 months old here. And Jimmy just loved her to pieces. Look at him. He's pulling pieces from her. He's pulling a little ear. And Jimmy refused to sleep. The only one who got him to sleep, Grandma Beatty came over, and she went for a walk with him, and he slept for 3 hours. Betty thought something happened to him.
All right, Jimmy, throw the sand.
Yeah, Jimmy was, Aunt Betty was pregnant with Marcia at
It's
the
funny,
time.
I didn't take pictures of the ocean. We were over there.
Yeah. Well, this was in back.
Yeah.
This wasn't over at the beach.
I thought this was
No.
in back of the building.
In back of the building.
But the ocean was right out there.
Yeah. I don't know, this may have been the side, the lines.
Did Jimmy live in New York at that time?
No, they lived in Illinois. Aunt Betty came in with him for about 2 weeks. Without Uncle Al. And I don't remember at that time if she flew in or she took the train in. But there was 9 months difference between Andy and Marcia Pritchardson, and Aunt Betty was pregnant already at that time. Look at her, look at Andy going and smiling. And look at Jimmy, Jimmy was so happy with her. I don't know how happy he was with his own sister, but with his cousin he was happy. She looks like a rubber doll.
She's falling all over him.
We couldn't get enough of her. Look how happy he looks. And she didn't know what's going on. And I'm holding her head because I don't know what was going on.
There's the Jungle Jim.
If you notice, Andy had very little hair. And what was there you couldn't see. She didn't know what to take in her mouth first, the Jungle Jim or her own fingers. But her feet are going. Look at her feet go.
We're a little older here, I think.
No, it's the
same
same thing. 5 months.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy is still there. There's the crib.
He got her to laugh. Or to smile, anyway. You see the tub I There's
used to
another
bathe here
bath.
with?
Another bath.
That was the tub I
That was the
used.
Schlissel.
Well, we didn't have a bathtub
That's
in the
right.
apartment. We only had a shower, so what was I going to do? And this is on the beach in Long Beach, and it's like a month later. And Andy was so miserable. She hated it. And there's Frannie dancing.
Dancing.
Aunt Gussie would sing, and Frannie would dance. And there she is. She wasn't walking yet. She was a late walker. I think both of Janie's children were late walkers.
There we are, back home in the crib.
Right? With the was it the
No,
green?
that was a
Green
bunny.
bumpers or blue bumpers? I had blue.
I
What did I
think
have?
they were.
Blue? Yeah, how come I ended up with blue bumpers?
I think they
for
were
a
green,
girl?
Shirley.
So they must have been green.
You can't tell from the picture.
It was her bunny rabbit. It was rubber. We didn't have rubber duckies then. We had rubber rabbits. She's 6 months old here. Brush
Now
my
you know
hair.
how to make her laugh.
Oh, such an effort to get up. Look at those eyes. Look at the big eyes. This was up in Shrub Oak.
That's right.
Oh, I can't believe it. And this is August of '49, Shrub Oak. We went to visit
Mo Smith.
Mo Smith and his wife. What was his wife's name, Anna?
I can't think of her name. The daughter was Andy. Annie. Annie.
Oh, now we graduated to the kitchen sink. She outgrew the
The Schlissel.
the Schlissel, right? It was. I had to mop the kitchen floor when I got through. change you right on the kitchen table. It was the black table, Barbara, with the yellow chairs.
Oh, I remember that napkin holder.
I had it so long. I remember the yellow and green. I was into yellow and green. I don't like yellow at all anymore. Isn't that something? And I liked it then.
There goes the schmoo.
Schmoo. You remember the high chair, Bob?
Yep.
Yeah, it lasted 3
I bet
children.
if you had that schmoo today, it would be worth something.
I remember what it looked like after Stephen was in it.
No. He destroyed it. I think if I had a 4th child, I would have had to buy a new high chair. It was a nice high chair. It had the double pad. When you got older, you took one pad away. Uncle Murray came in. She's looking at Uncle Murray.